So hopefully I'll find some good stuff today. Well, when Hurricane Floyd came through around 1999, this area became flooded. They tore all the houses down. But as you can see, it turned into a jungle pretty quick. I got a privy poked out over here, but it's probably gonna be from the 40s. Well, there's a lot of cement down there, and even styrofoam type stuff. So it must be a 1950s privy, so I'm gonna quit on this one. Alright, I've located another one, 200 feet from the last one. Hopefully I'll find something worthwhile. And the first piece out looks super modern, like 1949. But I see a marble over here. Looks pretty interesting. Well, I've only got an hour or less of daylight, so I'm back to that one spot I showed you last year where it's primarily a 1935 to 45 landfill. There's another tree that fell over here, which I didn't even notice the last time. Maybe because the dump doesn't even go this far? Yeah, I don't see any glass at all over here, and that other one is only 30 feet over, and there's hundreds of bottles over there. There's just this one area that has older stuff. Right here we got a good grape. That's definitely about 1926 or 7. We got some straight-sided Pepsis. About 1921. There's another one. There's another one over there. So maybe I should dig a test pit over here. Did a bit of surface hunting and found this one. And another White House apple butter, which I have at least 25 of these already. Amber soda sitting there, and turns out it's a Minchie's, which is a Pepsi Cola bottler from the late 30s. A nice looking slug-plated milk, but of course the top's sheared off, but I could probably still get $3 or $4 for that. I think this area's been dug pretty thoroughly, but now I found a really old shard. That is the Pepsi from about 1910 right there. Is this an unlisted variety? No, that's the regular 1908 variety. I think I found an area that hasn't been dug yet, but the layer is only 7 or 8 inches deep. It starts right up on the surface. Here's where I dug the last time about a year ago. So I'm digging right next to it. It's not full of roots like that last spot. I just threw out a milk bottle, but I didn't even see it yet. Oh man. It's a very rare one, but it's a painted label, and the paint's half gone. You can see the ghost image of the paint on this side. If you're really careful, you can color this in with a fine tip Sharpie. Okay, we're getting in there. I just found something I've never seen before. Emerald green Red Devil. Some kind of polish. I would have liked that. Green bottles are my favorite. Okay, it looks like I have a White House jar coming out. Looks like the old scripted variety. I don't know why that would be in here. That looks pretty old. I think it's going to be intact. It's getting dark. I think I got this one out. And it looks to be perfect so far. Got mosquitoes getting on me now. Well, I'll try and dig another 10 minutes. Got part of a milk bottle. Looks like one I've never seen. Something or other wood, perhaps? Okay, is that a marble right there? Sure is. It's like a green bottle. I think it's one of those Red Devil polishes. No, it's just a squib. I may have found $100 worth of stuff today. Alright, day 2. Back to the 1935 to 45 dump. It's not as exciting as digging 1890s, but I think I can at least find $100 worth of stuff a day in this dump if I was to dig for 8 or 9 hours. Okay, 1 minute later, and I've got my first soda. But of course, it's the super common knee-high from Columbus, Georgia. It's a very hard soda to sell. It's worth about $2.50. I'm hoping this is a White House jug. And it is. I can see some embossing right there. Just gotta hope it's not cracked. Okay, it's getting almost to the point of coming out. I'm not gonna yank it. It looks like a half-gallon size. Yep, there it is. It's a beautiful one. Don't see any problems with it. Gotta love that design. And a minute later we have a flask showing up. It's got a lot of embossing. Oh, it's the 4 roses. It had a little cap on it that was on top of this smaller cap that acted as a shot glass. But it's missing. But still, this is probably about a $5 or $6 one. I was chiseling away at the ceiling and exposed what looks like a really early soda. Yeah, that's really unusual. Hope it's intact. Can't figure out why that would be up here when all the stuff below it's much newer. Okay, I think it's ready. Alright, it's an intact Chiro Cola. And not only that, but it's from Kinston, which is a pretty rare one. Seems to have a little bit of damage right in there. But still, considering how rare it is, it's got to be worth at least $12. Just yanked out a soda bottle. It's a pretty scarce one. It's from the Minges brothers. They bottled Pepsi Cola in the 30s and 40s. I think they still do, actually. A Watkins Perfumer. It's a very modern looking bottle. But I've never seen a Watkins perfume before. So it's probably worth $5 or $6. Well, that spot has too many bricks and other big pieces of cement-like material, so I've moved on over here 5 feet. It feels a lot softer here. While clearing in the way, I exposed 2 bottles, a soda and a milk. Hopefully at least one of them's intact. Well, no, not the milk bottle. Dang it, it's a nice embossed one too. But it's fairly common. So what about this one? Yeah, it is intact. It's very common. It's from Washington, North Carolina. Beaufort Bottling Works. I already have a whole bunch of these. It's worth about $4 if I'm lucky. And I just pulled out one of these. You could probably find one of these in any town in America. They're very common, but it's a beautiful color and a lot of embossing, so it's about a $4.50 bottle. Alright, I got a corker showing here. That's kind of odd for a dump this late. Whoa, look at all that beautiful embossing. Dixie Medicine Company from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's the second one of these I found. Just pulled out another corker, but it's just a generic medicine. Looks like I got something like a doorknob right here. It's in good shape. It's probably worth $3 or $4. Got a few things showing up here. Just a mayonnaise jar. And a broken Coke, but it's probably a Christmas Coke. No, it's actually older. It's the 1915. Got a Coke bottle showing up here. Well, of course it's broken. It's a Christmas Coke. And we got one of these. Is it even worth keeping? Well, sometimes you can get $1 for them. Getting into a nice layer here. I see 6 bottles showing up. Wow, that's really interesting. It looks like a lot older than the rest of this stuff. It is machine made, but it's a nice 16 ouncer. Definitely a keeper. So what do we got here? Looks like a flask, and it's nothing embossed on it, so I'll throw that back. Got another flask right here, and it's also blank. Looks like a 3-in-1 oil right here. Yep, super common, but at least it's a corker. And what do we got here? Mayonnaise. It looks like another type of White House jar. No? That's weird. Never seen anything quite like it before. I just pulled out another knee-high. This one says the best. That's kind of scarce to see that on there. And somebody stuck a rubber cork into that. Got a few things showing up, but they don't look any good. Screw top. A ball jar. Looks like a 1915 Coke bottle, maybe. Yeah, it says Coca-Cola inscripted on the bottom. Well, of course, the top's broken off. It's got that really crude embossing, though. I think this is considered a White House. It's got a very distinct design to it. I've also found some that are about twice as big. Alright, I think it's about time to quit. I've only been here for 2 hours. But it's just not exciting enough because it's too modern. Maybe I'm just getting tired because I'm almost 51 years old and I'm out of shape since this is the first dig I've been on in 6 months.